Okay, what's up in the dub? How y'all doing, homie? Now we gotta do Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn in the hood, in the love. What's up in here? Let's see what's going down for you. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What's going down with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn spirit? And y'all like, share, and subscribe. And I thank all my newcomers. I thank all of y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all. You know, I want to express the love and I'm very thankful. And if you subscribe to me, I really appreciate it, you know. Also, any black magic, throw it up on me and my collective that's here to learn something and get some truth. I ask that they be blocked out and all their black magic just goes back to them a million times fold. Any magic sent on here goes right back where it came from. Anyone to mess with my chakras, to unbalance me from head to bottom to my feet, I ask that they be removed, spirits, out of this room. I asked in the Holy Spirit, it is done. Archangel Michael, are we ready? Yes, we are. Okay. Let's see what's going down. Now, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Let's see what's going down in y'all energy. We have something about, there's an ending going on. Something about an ending. We have, because somebody was in there. See, there's something in there, you know, that's right obvious. In the shadow side, somebody had to decide which side they was on. So somebody was in the shadow side is what I'm hearing. Somebody was in the shadow side, earth signs. You or somebody, you know, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What else is going on? What else is going on here? Someone was in the shadow side, and so there's an ending. That don't mean it could be a rebirth or something. Somebody was in the shadow side, and now they're starting to want the wisdom. See, somebody's starting to, you know, that somebody has wisdom. There's someone that, it could be a lover that's learning that someone here was they're the angel of wisdom. This lover is the angel of wisdom. But there's a lover here. What about these lovers? What about these lovers? We'll talk more in a minute. Let me get all the chords. Something about these lovers, it was their destiny. And something about their destiny that they're here to do. Something about these lovers had a destiny. They were supposed to do something together. Okay, these lovers had a destiny that they were supposed to fulfill. Okay. What else, Spirit? So somebody was a lover. They were supposed to do a destiny. And this person is a counselor too. There's someone that's a counselor, like they're a counselor, what I'm hearing. They're part of the council. In other words, they can counsel you. They was trying to counsel somebody. What else is going on here allegedly? So they gotta go to the council because of, see, there was a mask, somebody had a mask on. They wasn't in their truth. They wasn't showing them true self. They were masking who they were. Somebody was masking themselves. We'll talk more. What else is going on here, Spirit? Somebody was masking themselves. You know, the crone. Somebody wanted to mask themselves, but they wanted the throne. Somebody wanted to stand against this person. They wanted the throne. Somebody wanted the throne, and they didn't want to listen to counsel, and they didn't want to take their mask off. They wanted the throne. Somebody did, and their intuition, someone's intuition was trying to tell them something, but they wasn't. What about this intuition? Somebody's intuition was trying to tell them something about this wanting the throne. They wanted everything. They couldn't believe. Their intuition was trying to tell them, but they wasn't listening. Especially when it came to this person. They wasn't listening. There's a nice somebody that's the Queen of Waters. Somebody was with the Queen of Water. Somebody wasn't listening. Their intuition told them about this Queen of Waters. This male, but they didn't listen. This person may have liked the same sex allegedly too, or they there's two women there, but that don't mean it could be two men. And they needed to heal. Someone needed to go through this healing. They really needed to go through a healing. What else about this situation? So someone needed to go through a healing. They really needed to go through this. This was an earth sign, a dragon, like an earth sign. This person needed to go through this healing. When it came to this, the mother. See, the mother, this earth sign, they needed to go through a healing when it contains to this mother. Somebody really needed to heal. See, earth sign came out again. There was an earth sign. They needed to heal this mother. And then this earth sign, what's the deal with this earth sign, came out again. They needed to have more faith. See, they needed to have their faith. They needed to, open their faith needed to be stronger. Because this was, something about the youth. There was someone in the youth. There was a younger person involved. This person was young. What about this youth? And then there was an earth sign mother. This youth could have been an earth sign and could be a mother now. But it's like an older person, allegedly. They were, doing magic. This earth, somebody's mother was doing magic. Somebody was doing magic. Why was they doing this magic? They went to a fortune teller who thought they was an earth sign, and they thought they could tell the fortune, and they thought they were magical. In other words, they thought they thought they knew what they was doing. And they needed to learn to love this person that was an earth. They needed to learn to love themselves. This father needed to learn how to love themselves, because they didn't know how to love themselves instead of attacking things in the wrong way. So this father just was attacking. Why was this father attacking? What was the deal with this father? See, they needed to get the wisdom. They needed to learn wisdom. This father needed wisdom, because when it came to this air sign, the king of air, somebody needed to have wisdom when it came to this air sign, because they wasn't thinking. They was all in their thoughts, and they wasn't using wisdom, when it came to this air sign. Somebody could be an air sign allegedly too. It could be in your sign, your chart. It could be anybody that you know or somebody around you. And there was a fire sign. See, they thought of fire sign here. Something they had thoughts of this fire sign. And this fire sign, they had thoughts of this fire sign, this earth sign did, and they were all in their emotions. They were all operating in their emotional side. They wasn't operating in their, in the side that had knowledge and wanted to plant, seeds. They were, took the knowledge to plant seeds that they wanted to plant with this fire sign, to take a leap of faith. And this child here, there was a child here that needed to learn love with an earth sign. But but this earth sign, they needed to learn to love this. For this, you can't get abundance from somebody and you don't love them. So they thought this person could be easily taken in, but they don't know this person don't operate like that. Everybody can't be bought. You have to love this person. Show wisdom that you do. Your body and mind. You need to open your body and mind and your thoughts. You need to really look at a situation. And then they made a wish. This person made a wish. What was this wish that they made? What was this person making a wish? Somebody wished that something about a king of the water sign. Somebody made a wish. What was this wish that this water sign was making? They was wishing that this air sign, something about an air sign, would make a choice on what journey, how they was going to go about their journey. They wanted somebody to go on about their business and go on about their journey for this abundance. Somebody wanted to, whatever. But there was a mother here that was the hero. There's a mother that's like a hero. They have desires too when it comes to their emotion and being intelligent and being in union. They think before they do. But somebody needs to change their perception of this person too. So they tried to battle. You tried to battle the fire sign. Yep, you tried to battle this phenomenon or masculine. They tried to battle this person. Somebody tried to battle this person. Going to battle instead of doing it the right way. They didn't want to do it the right way. They wanted to battle this person. But this person was more than what this person was. This fire sign, everybody looked like scrub, but they went and choose the mating. See, this person chose the mating over this person. And they didn't want the wisdom. They didn't listen to the wisdom. They listened to the maiden. The maiden. They didn't listen to the one they were supposed to be. They went to the wrong one, is what happened. In other words, they made a leap of faith for something that they shouldn't have did. But they did. So we can't do that. We can't get mad about that. Now, what's this, the ending about? Let's see. Let's go back up. Okay, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What's this ending here? Rebirth. Somebody was in the shadow side. Well, somebody was going through a rebirth. So what's this ending in this rebirth? What was going on with this person? Allegedly. Take this with a grain of salt, y'all. I'm just speaking it the way I see it. What's going on with this? The ending here in this rebirth. So somebody was going through a rebirth. What was this situation that ending? Yeah, see. That's exactly what it. See, it was a ace of coins. Something about an ace of coins. Prosperity without happiness. Misused wealth. Wasted money. Corrupted by money. Greed and foe. This person was sideways to this. This person wasn't with it, waste their money and just be with anybody. This person wasn't like that. Somebody wasn't a wasteful person to waste their coins and be with somebody that's not really. They were sideways to being with somebody just for the money. This person wasn't with that. This person wasn't going to just be with you for the money. What's this sign that wasn't just going to be with you for the money? What sign is this that wasn't going to just be with you because of the coin? Who was this person that wasn't going to just be with somebody for the coin and sideways of being with somebody? This is somebody that was in hangman, that put themselves in hangman. They wasn't going to do it. They rather put themselves in hangman position and they just stopped. They didn't even get in it. They didn't even let it go through. This person didn't want it. Now, what's this about the shadow side here? Somebody that was in their shadow side at the time, and this person knew. This person, you couldn't follow this person. Who was in their shadow side? Yeah, they was in their shadow side trying to be. This Eight of Swords in reverse was wanting trickery, was, trying to trick somebody with depressed state of mind, disorder, accident, and fatalities. They was hoping that this person would have accidents. They did everything and fatalities to this person. They was doing so much to this person to take this person down. But what's the wisdom here? But somebody who's not easy to take down, they got the wisdom for that aid. That's what I heard. They got the wisdom for you. What's this wisdom here? So somebody was trying to take them down with with magic. So somebody was doing a lot of magic spells, love potions, and trying to take them down, and didn't want to listen to wisdom. Somebody didn't want to listen to wisdom. Somebody didn't want to listen to wisdom when it came to a lover. Why they didn't want to listen to the wisdom? They was trying to do magic on this person. Yeah, somebody was doing the magic. Yeah. Somebody here was a 2 of swords. Well, a 10 of swords in reverse. Someone here, they only got temporary gains. Somebody only got temporary gains with this. They only gained a little bit, but not a lot from this lover. They thought they was able to take it. If they can't get it, they'll just take it. It don't work that way. Now give me something on these lovers here. It wasn't supposed to work that way. You just can't take from somebody. What about this lover here? What about this lover? What about this lover? Yeah, see, they wanted to battle the 7 of Wands, which to gain, overcoming obstacle, but this person overcoming it. This fire sign was overcoming all that magic that was thrown up on them. That somebody sent the fire sign to battle, so they wanted to battle, and boy, it was a battle. I heard it was like, man, you gonna do what I say. Somebody liked their way a lot, see, but they didn't know this fire sign been through this. Okay, this fire sign has already seen how it is to battle people. So, sometimes it just takes to ask instead of going to attack somebody. Somebody wasn't used to not getting their way, so they started spying on this person. This person was spying, and spying on this person. They were spying on this fire sign. Just went totally berserk to get this fire sign. Somebody lost it. What's going on here? To take their destiny. Didn't this person want to take that fire sign's destiny? Who wanted the water sign? Who's trying to take the destiny? What's the deal with this taking the fire sign's destiny? Somebody wanted to take a fire sign's destiny from them. Yeah. Stalemate, but they avoided him. This was a stalemate because this person wouldn't talk to you no more. Wouldn't talk to this water sign. There was no power that you was going to get from this person. What this face, they need to remove their mask. What was they masking? Pure spirit. What was this person masking? Oh, they was masking that they was in fragment energy and didn't like rejection and loss. This person didn't like to be rejected. That's all it was. They didn't like somebody to reject them. So, they didn't like that. This person has good intuition, though. What about this person using their intuition? This person saw whatever you was bringing. What's this person seen? Their intuition told them about this person. Their intuition told them about this person trying to make them. So they was trying to make this person confusion. They was trying to, but they used their intuition. They wanted them closed off, and now they regret and they're depressed because this person closed everything. Because this person won't. They wanted them to take a leap of faith, but they're going to go ahead and take a leap of faith for their opportunities anyway. That's what they thought they were stopping. This person wanted to stop this person with all cost. This male. Why did the male want to stop this person? Why did they really want to stop this person from getting in their destiny? Because they wanted to take it. That's what I heard. Switch places. Why did they want this person? Because they wanted the person they with. Okay. They were hot and they was attraction. They really liked it, this person. They was really hot, but they distanced themselves and retreat, and they went on timeout. They put this person in timeout. They walked away. They just walked away and never been seen again. And this person didn't like that. That's what made them go down lethargic and down memory lane. Especially this water sign didn't like this person when this person walked away. They didn't like because this person walked away from the situation. This person, why this person didn't like that this person walked away? Why they didn't like it? Why they didn't like because this person walked away, spirit? Why they didn't like? Because this person walked away. Because they was going through a transformation, and they didn't like that they were transforming. See, they didn't want this person to transform to who they were. But what's the deal with this person? Same sex. Somebody was really with the same sex, this water sign. What's the deal with this person? And I don't have no disrespect with the same sex with them. What's the deal with this same sex here situation? So somebody liked it the same sex. That was another thing they didn't tell somebody. This water sign was into the same sex. Something about, but the cycle is complete. Something is complete, because it's in Venus. This offer is complete. No more discussion, because the truth has come out about this. And the truth has come out about this person. That, what's the truth? The truth has come out about this, this water sign. The truth has come out about this person, was hating on, when it came to this deception that they was playing on this fire sign. So the truth came out about that they was trying to do to a Leo, Aries, a Sagittarius. So the truth is coming out what they did. They went way too far. Now, what was this? Somebody healing. Somebody was healing. What about this healing? Somebody was healing. Somebody was healing, and they felt that they were vulnerable and they were guarded. This person was going through a healing, and so they were guarded, against courage and action. They wouldn't take action toward this person, and that was in divine timing. They needed to trust in divine timing before they do. This person was not going to just go over there. Somebody said that somebody loved to party. This earth sign was into partying. They loved to party and be out and alive, and they were partying. What was this earth sign doing? Partying, and what else? What else was this person? Loved to party, allegedly entertain person, and they was chasing their passion. They wanted to go sleep around and chase love and passion, and not the real thing. What about this mother here? They were chasing passion, and what about this mother? See, this mother was trying to get growth when it came to family, home, and commitment that they were committed to. This mother. What about this family, home they were committed to? Somebody was trying to. It was a Taurus-Virgo-Capricorn. They wanted a family, a home, and everything. What about this Taurus? But they were doing things. But they was doing projections toward this Taurus-Virgo-Capricorn was projecting to this gentleman. They were sending projection and conflict. This person, boy, they was after this person left and right. What was they sending all this conflict? And they was dishonest about this conflict. Why they were so dishonest about this conflict they were sending? Because they wanted to breakthroughs for doing it. Because they wanted this tie. Somebody wanted this soul tie that was needed to heal, was healing their inner child. They didn't want this person because they didn't want them to heal their inner child so they could activate their higher self. They didn't want that. So they tried to send a message. This matchless did to start was get out their comfort zone, was clinging on to person, and they was trying to they needed to learn to self-care for themselves and make some decisions before this unexpected storm would come there, because now they're in fear because of they didn't know their self-worth, and they needed to think more with their third eye, instead of, and nurture themselves, especially in autumn and harvest, to get their harvest and work on their beliefs and go through this awakening instead of playing. Somebody was playing around. They really didn't want to go through the awakening, but Most High decided you're going through this awakening one way or another. They didn't want to go through this awakening. This earth sign didn't. They didn't want to awaken. So what this earth sign needs to get faith. What's this earth sign needed to have faith to do what? What this earth sign needed faith to do, Spirit? This earth sign needed faith to do, to let their spirit guides help them and assist them, but they were detached and cold. they were so cold and detached. So now they're dealing with karma, and they're going to have to balance, and now they got to deal with justice because they wasn't listening. They were doubting, and they was in doubt and lack, and they didn't want to listen. This was integrated. This could have been somebody, from another country. They didn't want to listen. Now they're in sabotage because they're in guilt now for what they done when this person is in their North Star now. And then see their shadow side here, something about their shadow side they was in vanity in their ego and pride, and so separation was here. Now they're going through a separation and have courage. They're gonna have to have courage to change things in their life, and learn to they want to apologize for forgiveness. In the winter they want to go through a rebirth, and they want to release, and they need to surrender themselves to plant these seeds that they are supposed to have been planted for this unity to take place with this twin flame. To get this abundance, they would have to do this, but they didn't want to self-love themselves. They need to learn to self-love themselves and make sure they handle on their form and their structure to fulfill the wishes that they want. They want strength by the sun. Somebody had control tactics. They thought they could control everything, especially when it came to somebody's stability in the flow, and put them in lack and from the past. But that ain't happening. And suffering, they want this person to suffer. So that's why there's a detour. Divine intervention came. Now there's a message coming through a divine about sparks, renewal, and a spark for this air sign, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, because of toxicity patterns. And now the ancestors are here to open the situation so this person can receive their celebration, their gifts, and their abundance, and their career, and their contract, and their commitment. So that's why they've took an intervention on this. They've paused this. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back.